Good Wednesday morning. Welcome to hour number 2 of Ocala Talks. Robert Colin from On Top of the World is here with us as he is the first and third Wednesday of every month. Robert, good morning.
Good morning, Tom. Good to see you back.
Well, glad to be back. Sorry I missed you at the first of the month.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this. My wife has taken a highlighter, and she has the book of classes.
Oh, nice. Okay.
She has the book of classes and a highlighter because with my health issues and all, my cardiovascular doctor said, pilates or Pilates, to you people that don't know how to talk, pilates and yoga.
Yeah, nice.
And both of those are options with some of the classes offered out there at your place. And she's mastered the possibilities, and she's got the highlighter out. So I think it's inevitable that yoga is in my future.
That's awesome.
Downward dog. That's all I know. And it's only because I see my dog stretch every morning. That's the only way I know that. You're hearing Gary Pierre. He's laughing in the background. He's the events manager at the Cultural Center, the Circle Square Cultural Center. Gary, long time no see. We were at the other studio, I think, the last time I saw you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Absolutely.
You hadn't been here to the airport before.
No, I have not. It's
to the
nice.
Studios.
It's nice.
Yeah, it catches my attention. Sometimes I lose my train of thought because I'm like, it's all you have to give a grown man or a boy: fire trucks, construction equipment, and planes, and we're good.
Right.
We're good.
Definitely better.
We're good.
Yeah,
and
for
so,
people that don't know, you get to sit here and look at the runway and looking at it.
Absolutely.
I get to watch jets take off, jets land, helicopters in and out. It's fantastic. Although I do miss my metal pole that was just outside the window at the mall, because somebody inevitably once or twice a week somebody go bong right in that pole. Right. Looking at their cell phone or turn looking at us in the window.
Yeah.
Walk right into it. Bong. So Gary, you're here today, so obviously there's a lot happening at the Circle Square Cultural Arts Center.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. We're still plugging in. First concert of the year is January 8th. The Lords of the 52nd Street Band.
I know that last weekend you finished up your rock and roll tribute bands.
Yes.
You had Heart. The Heart tribute band was last weekend.
Yes.
That was a big success, wasn't it?
Yeah,
a lot of people
good.
come to those.
Yeah, it was a good show, and the entertainers were very, very good. Absolutely.
Now, are y'all hosting that next year as well, or is that moving?
are.
You are hosting that again next year.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I went. The Van Halen one was a huge. Huge.
Oh yeah, Van Halen does really well. The music is timeless. So absolutely, a lot of people always come out when we.
Funny thing is, I was doing a wedding, and some of the people that I was doing the wedding that were integral in the wedding all live on top of the world. And one of the ladies who was the wedding planner, she meets with me and she goes, "Okay, here's the song list." And she starts telling me songs. I go, "Those songs aren't gonna work." She goes, "Why? They're people in their 70s. It was a wedding between a 68-year-old and a 71-year-old. She goes, "Why? They're 68 and 70. They like Frank Sinatra. They like Dean Martin." I go, No. My grandparents, when they were in their 60s and 70s. I said, people that are 70 now were people that were 25 when Led Zeppelin was popular. And so she was like, and she was in her wedding planner in like her mid-30s. She just, for her, old meant Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin and everything. And to her, old, if you were old, you don't listen to classic rock and roll. And I thought, but those are exactly the people who made it classic rock and roll because they were listening to it at the time.
I tell my kids that like the 60s and 70-year-old people, they're listening to harder, heavier music than they listen to now at
100%.
Absolutely.
100%. There are people that were Jefferson Airplane made some songs about things that we shouldn't talk about and played on the airwaves. I mean, it sometimes people go, I don't know if that rock and roll thing works out there at the Cultural Arts, and I thought the Cultural Center, and I thought it's perfect out there because those tribute bands are right in the wheelhouse of all the people that live in that area. But it's great that it's a big enough venue that it's just not people that are on top of the world come out there because anybody could buy tickets. They were very, very well priced tickets and everything.
Absolutely.
That's a big hit. But that's just one of the things you have going on.
Absolutely. And, that being said, so although, right now, rock and roll obviously is a demand, but we still have folks that do want the Frank Sinatras and
Oh,
some of
yeah.
those groups. So we do bring those in as well too to try to accommodate everyone.
I know sometimes you bring in a Motown sound out there as well.
Absolutely, Motown always does well. Absolutely.
Can we get Gladys Knight and the Pips out there just one time? just one time.
You have to check on that, see what they're pricing. I'm sure Gladys Knight is not cheap for sure.
No, look, anybody that can rock a leisure suit the way those three men could,
Right.
they're going to come at a premium.
For sure.
So you got a new concert series that's starting in January. So you have no downtime. You're planning 365.
Right. It's never downtime because our facility is a multifunctional facility. So we have, just various events such as weddings, receptions,
Home Improvement Expo,
Health Expo, Master the Possibility classes we have in the building as well. So we have a lot of things going on throughout the year.
It's a small building.
Daddy-daughter dance.
Daddy-daughter dance. Yep.
It's a small building.
Well, it's not small. We don't like to use the word small. We say intimate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as venues go, it's a very nice venue.
Absolutely.
And you can do more than one thing in there at one time.
Well, oh, absolutely. With the walls partitioned into 3 different rooms. So yes.
Yeah, it's if you've never been to the Cultural Center, I implore you, go see an event or take in something out there because it's really a nice venue.
Absolutely.
It really
and when
is.
you come, ask for Gary.
say I know Robert. He told me I get in free.
Yeah, right. So Gary, what do you got coming up starting January?
Like I mentioned, January 8th, we have the Lords of 52nd Street Band. And if you don't know who they are, they were Billy Joel's band from the years 1976 to 1981.
There was his touring band.
There was his touring band. They recorded the album Turnstiles, and the show is pretty much already sold out. Right now, we're still operating at half capacity, which is 465 seats.
Are there any plans to, in the near future, go from half capacity to maybe 3/4 or even full?
Right now, we just just doing our part and just playing it safe. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We just the remainder of 2022, all of it is half capacity.
So all of it, 2022 is going to stay half capacity.
Correct, yes, sir.
Now, do you think that helps or hurts you competing with other venues in our area that have returned back to full capacity?
Well, it hurts revenue-wise, but not so much, in competition-wise. But, I mean, we only really care about what's going on at the Culture Center. So, obviously, yes, it does hurt revenue-wise. But, again, safety is over everything, so absolutely.
Safety first.
Safety first, yes, sir.
So you got this January 8th. What do you got coming up in? Because I know you already got February planned, March planned.
Oh, yeah, we have a lot of things going, but some of our notable acts for 2022, we have the Grassroots that's coming September 16th, and then we have the Little River Band November 19th. So,
lady.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Looked out the window. What I see? Robinson Crusoe looking. Yeah, never mind. I don't know anything about. Walk in the park, reminiscing. I don't know anything about the Little River Band. Nothing.
I said to him out there, I said, he's going to know everything.
Nothing. I don't know anything about the Little River Band. Nothing. That's roller skating music right there, brother.
Yeah, man, for sure.
And
so
you've had the Little River Band there before, have you not?
No, this is our first time. So we're excited about it, and we actually been after them for pre-COVID. Pre-pandemic, rather. We've been after them for, the past few years, and we're finally able to get them, so we're excited about that.
See, I'm sitting in my head going, Friday night, it was late. I was walking you home. We got down to the gate, and I was really in the dark.
I literally told him outside that you were
Little River Band, when I was 12, 13, 14 years old, Little River Band was it.
Yeah, man.
They were it. Yeah, they were it.
So I'd assume that you're coming to the show.
See, my wife is listening, so yes. Yeah.
Absolutely.
She likes me to take her to any show I can take her to.
Well, just come on. I got you for sure. You're more than welcome.
What is for something like the Little River Band? Because that's right now one of the biggest problems with concerts, and we've checked into it. We looked for a concert in Orlando that we wanted to go to, $275 to get a ticket.
Oh no.
We looked at a concert we wanted to go to in Tampa. $115. Now, $115 to go sit on the grass to hear Motley Crue, Poison, and Cinderella.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't pay but $12 in 1985 when I went and saw him. I'm not spending $115. So, what are the pricing for, say, if I wanted to come see the Little River Band in November?
Well, we have different price points for everyone that don't want to pay, the $100 or $200 bucks. But range from anywhere between $30 to $90. Just depending on.
But still, even the most expensive are much more affordable than some of the larger venues around our area.
Absolutely, and that's what we strive for, because everyone don't want to pay $100 but still want to see the concert. So obviously the seats are going to be not as good, but again, our facility is an intimate facility, so there's not a bad seat in the house.
So I get me two $90 tickets. That comes with you serving me champagne, Robert bringing in some hors d'oeuvres right to my chairs.
Pretty much, yeah.
I'm working it. So you got those national things, but what are some of the expos you got coming? Because you talked about health expos. Tell us about some, because expos are a big hit for people.
Absolutely. They're huge hits, especially in the community of On Top of the World. We have the health fair that's coming up on January 15th. And then we have home improvement that's coming in February. I can't remember the exact date, but February.
For all you DIYers.
Right. But you can check our website at csculturalcenter.com and get all the information and all the dates you need for sure.
How many events, if you know, how many events do you average in any given month at the Cultural Center?
In a month? Well, the month of February we have 4 or 5 or something like that. For the year, before COVID, we used to average 25 to 30 shows. Right now, we're at 22.
So you're not at half capacity on the shows, just on the venue.
Correct.
And the venue half capacity is still over 400 seats.
Oh, absolutely, yes, sir. 465 to be exact.
Yeah, it's not small. Even when you do half capacity, there's still a crowd.
Oh, absolutely. And we still, the 930 seats still remain. We just block those seats out. So, just to have folks.
You don't do the cardboard cutouts? Come on, everybody got caught up in the cardboard cutouts.
Nah, no cardboard.
I mean, I'll send you a photo. You can go ahead and put a cardboard cutout.
Is that? Well, you just do fewer seats, right?
Yeah, just fewer seats. Yeah, we block them off.
Now, are they separated or are they?
Yeah, two seats between each
okay.
couple.
Right. So you do, and what's the largest block? Like, is it 4 seats or 6 seats?
Two.
So you can only buy 2. So
Two.
if you're a group of 6 people, you're gonna have to be separated.
And we get the question a lot. A lot of folks always ask, so where's a group of us? Can we all sit together? And we just basically just tell them, check with your neighboring people around your seats and see if it's okay with them. If they're okay with it, we're okay with it. Because some people, are more relaxed when it comes to sitting next to folks, and there's others that's not, and we just have to respect everyone. That's all.
Yeah, and with as many people as probably been vaccinated, especially here in Marion County, we're starting to see we're on the downside of it. But I'm glad that y'all still make sure about the safety, because let's be honest, the 55-plus crowd, which is a lot of the people that come to On Top of the World events because they live out there,
absolutely, are
more susceptible to the ravages of COVID than somebody 25.
Yeah, absolutely. My wife is a traveling nurse, and she works in COVID units. She's been doing that for the last 2 years, and everyone is subjective to it.
Right, everybody.
Everyone, yes, sir.
But, I'm at that age now where I'm taking a little more precaution.
Right. For sure.
So we got expos, we got concerts, but there's lots more than just expos and concerts that happen there as well.
Yeah, we just had a wedding and wedding reception this past Sunday. Went really well. We had 400 people for that, and yeah, it was a Sunday. We only worked maybe 3 Sundays out of the year, and that was one of them.
Do y'all help when it comes to weddings and wedding reception? Do you have a on-staff wedding planner, or do you have places you can send people to give them ideas?
Definitely, we have various places we can refer them to, our coordinators that we can refer them to, and we encourage everyone to come with a coordinator, because if you don't have a coordinator, things can kind of get out of hand.
It's the worst.
Yeah, it is. It's the worst.
As a wedding DJ, believe me, the worst. Because if you don't have a coordinator, guess who the reception look to be the coordinator?
We're the
coordinators,
DJ, right, and we're the coordinators at that point, and it's okay, but it's kind of hard because we don't know what the client actually wants.
Yeah,
without it being coordinated, so.
Yeah, without a coordinator, they look at me and go, when do we cut the cake? I don't know, it's your cake. You tell me when we're cutting the cake. But there's a lot to do at this venue that it's such that there's something for everybody.
Absolutely.
That's what I like. When I look at the schedule of this, it's not just centered towards an age group. It's not centered towards a gender or anything. There's something for everybody at the Cultural Center.
Absolutely. That's what we strive for, absolutely.
And Gary oversees even the farmers market that's out there on Thursday.
Tell us about the farmers market.
Yeah, farmers market actually is tomorrow. So every Thursday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. We have about 20 plus vendors. Please come out. Like the market is doing, the weather's beautiful, so the market is picking up. So
now, is it just produce and stuff like that, or do you have
no.
vendors that sell trinkets and stuff like that
Yeah,
as well?
this time of year we have a lot of crafters that come out because of the holidays, obviously. So we have a lot of things from, from
Still have fresh fish and that kind of.
fresh fish. We have someone that does actually chickens that she do herself, fresh eggs. You name it. We have someone that does beef.
Robert, you got fresh fish right there in some of the ponds, though, on Candler Hills.
There's no ponds in Canada. It's a retention pond.
Right, we're not eating those fish.
Somebody goes, how much water is there on Candler Hills? I go, depends on whether we're in a drought or not. Sometimes there's water. Sometimes it's just ground you can swing away on.
Yeah, for sure.
That's right.
But this farmer's market, how long have you had this at the Cultural Center?
I've been with the company now for 13 years, so 15, 16 years?
So it's been there for a
right
while.
outside the Cultural Center.
Yeah, right outside. It's in the Commons. So the Cultural Center is in the area we call Circle Square Commons.
Right.
And in the Commons, Town Square is where we have the farmers market.
Right, and it's every Thursday from 9 to 1.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Word of permitting.
Did you hear that, honey? Every Thursday, 9 to 1. She loves farmers markets.
Yeah, I do too. Everywhere.
That's where she gets her produce
when we
from.
visit, I go to farmers markets everywhere all over the country. So absolutely.
Yeah, she doesn't, because she juices. And so
Is she
when you
making
juice, oh yeah, she makes some good stuff though with pears and apples and stuff. But when you juice, you can't buy that from a grocery store.
Oh no.
Because you'll go broke.
Right.
So
Only farmers markets.
farmers markets
Only
are where you
farmers
buy
markets,
your produce if you're going to juice.
Absolutely.
Because if you go buy it from a grocery store with the markup, you can forget it.
Right. And too, that's it's third party. With the farmers market, you get it direct from the actual growers also. So which is, it's a huge component of that. Of juicing.
Robert, how important when all this was being developed? How important for a lifestyle that you were trying to, that the Colon family was trying to achieve, offering a lifestyle to the people in that area? How important was a cultural center to that, achieving that goal?
From the very beginning, the idea of On Top of the World in Clearwater was to be able to offer events and stuff. I think as they developed Ocala and they saw the potential that was there, I remember even Sidney Colon talking about it years ago, that you could have really an amazing facility here because you could draw from Gainesville, you could draw from Orlando if you really had something special. But then Ocala was growing so quick. But it provided it wasn't just for the residents who could come out on a Friday night or a Thursday night or a Saturday night. Everybody could come and participate in it. And that's also what they wanted to do, is impact the entire community as well. And so I know that as Ken was developing it and they were looking at how big of a facility they were going to build, they knew we can open this up to everybody and really do something special for the community. And that's really where they went to.
Because the Cultural Center has been there for over 20 years, hasn't it?
No, 16.
16's all it's been? 16? I thought it was 20, 21, somewhere around there. But 16 still,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a while.
Oh, absolutely.
And you've been there for 13 of those 16.
13, yes, sir.
What happened the first 3 years?
Not sure, actually.
Where were you at that time anyway?
I actually owned the moving company, Pierre's Hauling the Moving. So,
That was hard work.
Yeah, it was very
Wow.
hard work. And then when opportunity presented itself, because I've always worked in studios and did community events. So when opportunity presented itself, it was a dream job.
So you're a sound guy at heart, is what you're saying.
We were at an event the other day. It was a little bit of a sound thing. Nobody else could hear it but me, I think. But Gary heard it because I saw him
Absolutely.
feverishly working back there going,
Absolutely.
Well, Gary, you have the same problem I have. Because I'll go to places, and I'll go listen to a band play or something, and I'll go, they need to turn the rhythm guitar up a little bit. It's they may be able to hear it in the monitors, but we can't hear it out here as strong as it. Or the lead singer needs to turn that mic down. and it's just something that I immediately. My wife goes, Could you just leave that alone?
Right, my wife does too. My wife said it's embarrassing and she hates it because I'm always critiquing.
Yeah. My wife says, hey, could you just leave that alone and enjoy the atmosphere? No,
it's hard.
Because I'm hearing garbage.
Right. It's a certain sound that you want to hear, so absolutely.
I'm hearing garbage, so no, I cannot stop doing this. So
For sure.
Well,
Where
if
can
some,
they get tickets?
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's where I'm going. If somebody wanted to come to all these events, some of them are all of them ticket events, or some of them free walk-up events?
Absolutely. We have a couple free events. Actually, we have Tampa Opera, and we also have the Voice Experience. Those are free events, and you can get tickets online at csculturalcenter.com, or you can call the box office at 352-854-3670.
And you take all forms, credit,
Cash, you name it. Yes,
you set up to take PayPal, stuff like that?
no, sir. No.
We ain't got that young
No,
yet.
we ain't got
Ain't
not
got
that
that
young
young
yet.
yet.
Yo, not that young yet. Yes, sir.
Bitcoin. No,
not that yet. No, we're not there yet either.
If you want to get tickets to the Cultural Center and you have Bitcoin, send the Bitcoin to Robert Colin.
right.
He'll do his best to get you a couple tickets. Send him one Bitcoin. He may be able to work you a couple tickets.
That's right.
67,000. I can get you a couple tickets.
Sure.
But these events, are they time-wise, do they get you home in a timely manner so you're not out? Because I know a lot of people, and I'm included in this now, after about 10 o'clock, I want to be at the house.
Yeah, absolutely. And it just depends on the event. So all the concerts are 90 minutes. So about 8:30, 9 o'clock, they're over with. But, weddings, obviously, they go
Certainly.
to midnight, and, they have to clean their things out. So sometimes we get out of there at 1 o'clock in the morning.
But your planned events usually end 8:30, 9 o'clock,
Yes, sir.
somewhere around there.
Yes, sir.
And
So
then
l-
people stroll out and get ice cream at Mr. B's.
Yep.
So Little River Band's going to start at 7 o'clock, is what you're telling me.
7 o'clock, yes, sir.
Oh, see. Now another reason I have to get tickets.
And that's a good point. All shows, with the exception of the free shows, start at 7 p.m. And like I said, 8:30, 9 p.m. is when it
So
ends.
the home expo is in the or in 12 o'clock, and there's other.
Plenty of refreshment opportunities and everything while you're at the events. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Tell people again where they can get tickets, because that's important. If you're not buying tickets,
Yes,
we're not making
absolutely.
revenue.
csculturalcenter.com or 352-854-3670.
We got about a minute and a half left, so I have to do this, Robert. Give us an update on Kalesa, because I know it changes every day.
It changes every day. I can tell you that the school is coming along quickly, and we are moving quickly on that. With the construction, it'll be ready in late June.
Yeah, because you start classes there
In
in August.
Right. The pool is looking to be open in I guess early March. The Brian Schrader, who you met, I brought him on here. He's our head swim coach. He's going to be on staff full time in January, so that's going to be exciting. And the worship center that we're building there, that looks like it'll be done in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, it looks.
Right there.
When I drove by last Friday,
Yeah.
I had to run a couple errands and to deliver some stuff for my wife's delivery company. I delivered a few things to residents in on top of the world.
Okay.
And as I come down 80th, I went, that shared worship center, it
Yep.
looks like it's ready to open the doors.
Yeah, that's nice.
And it sits right up there on the road. It's a very nice building and everything.
Absolutely.
So it is a very good complement to that area.
Absolutely.
Yep.
So when are the first people moving into Kalesa?
I think at the end of this month. Yep.
The end of this month. So
Yeah.
people, by January 1, people are starting to move into Kalesa.
That's right. That's right. It's hard right now because supply shortages are making it difficult to build
Yeah.
houses. So they had to slow down the construction level of that, and that's why we're not even pushing the marketing of it, because it's like, we're selling kind of at capacity at this point.
To what you have built. Yeah.
Right. So.
We've been talking with Robert Colin of On Top of the World and Gary Pierre. He's the events manager at the Cultural Center, the CS Cultural Center at On Top of the World. Guys, thanks for coming in.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you so
See you
much.
in the first of next month.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
We'll be right back after this short time out. You're listening to Ocala Talks on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.